Had a chance to do some camping while I was in Texas on my way out to California. Unfortunately, none of the audio recorded for any of these campfire stories that I was telling, which is a real shame because I don't really remember what I was talking about. It's kind of one of those in the moment type deals. One thing I do remember talking about was a good friend of mine, Joe, who passed away this last summer. He was a really good guy. We went to high school together, we went to college together. We were both in the band. We both loved football, drinking beer, making chili. The guy could make the best beans I've ever tasted. I'll never forget that. He was also really good at playing guitar, and he was just a great person to be around. He had a great personality. He was really smart. It was fun to be around. He had a lot of friends. A lot of people are going to miss him a lot. I know I miss him. I also had a chance to ride some trails while I was back in Texas as well at the Sam Houston National Forest. Wasn't quite as good as some of the trails back in South Carolina, just mostly because they weren't really upkept as well as some of the trails I've ridden on. It seemed like every quarter mile or so I had to stop to go around a fallen tree or go over a fallen tree, and I'm not very good at log crossings, so it was a lot of work for me. Also, it was just really muddy the whole way, and for me at least, going through mud on a bike isn't quite as fun as going through it on something with four wheels. But nonetheless, I had a good time. It was nice to be back in Texas for a while and kind of relax and visit the family before I had to come out to California.
So this trip was a little further than I normally go when I go camping, and I'm not super familiar with the area. And coming from the south side of Houston, coming up to the north side of Houston, I definitely did not want to try to go on 45 south, or rather 45 north, on a very small dual sport. So came up with this awesome way to put a little map bag on my bike. It's just some polycord in a Ziploc bag. Worked out pretty good. Also, another kind of one of my engineering feats, I cut the shit out of my finger last night. And of course I don't have any band-aids because I'm stupid. So I ended up using newspaper and hand sanitizer to kind of sterilize the wound and then stop the bleeding. So there's another use for that newspaper I always bring with me, not only starting fires, but stopping cuts from bleeding all over the place, and toilet paper as well. Pretty awesome morning. I meant to get up earlier, but kind of overslept. I never really sleep that well when I'm sleeping in the tent out here in the woods. For some reason, I don't know why. Keep having these crazy dreams. And last night, I kept having this dream that people were messing with my tent while I was in it. Like, this family tried to steal my camping spot, and they were putting up a jungle gym, and I was like, hey man, I'm camping here. And they're like, whatever bro. And then they started trying to poke holes in my tent and stuff, and I kept trying to fight them. But they were all really muscular, and for some reason didn't have shirts on. It's kind of a reoccurring theme. I don't know. I always have dreams that people find me and are trying to mess with my tent. Kind of weird. But anyway, I gotta get out of here.